Hola, hola, ¿cómo están? Welcome everybody, welcome back. Les doy la bienvenida a esta segunda eliminatoria de inglés, el grupo 2, donde estaremos conociendo a 13 contendientes que pues nos acompañarán en esta eliminatoria. Antes de iniciar, les voy a recordar un poquito, pues, cuáles son las reglas, de qué se trata este concurso, porque además ahora que es virtual, pues tienen la oportunidad de acompañarnos desde la comunidad de sus hogares, así que, pues, en todo momento no olviden mandarnos justamente mensajitos, saludos, decirnos a quién están viniendo a apoyar el día de hoy para que se sienta todo su cariño hasta acá. Bueno, pues mi Tesis en 3 minutos es un concurso internacional que fue creado en Australia por la Universidad de Queensland, donde buscamos cultivar habilidades de comunicación, de presentación y de investigación. Esta ya es la quinta edición del concurso que tenemos y está justamente dirigido a un público no especializado. En este caso, como tesis, estamos entendiendo cualquier trabajo o proyecto terminal a nivel licenciatura, idónea comunicación de resultados en maestría o tesis o proyectos de investigación para doctorado. También, pues justamente ya les contaba que este concurso promueve algunas habilidades de presentación y de comunicación. También fortalece la cultura de investigación al propiciar encuentros entre distintas divisiones. Por ejemplo, acá en inglés vamos a ver justamente a personas de todas las divisiones y de todas las unidades, cosa que no ocurre en español. Y pues construcción de relaciones, ya entre ellas y ellos empiezan a ver cómo podrían enlazarse con las demás participantes. Les recordamos que tenemos 4 categorías, ya estuvimos en todas las unidades y el lunes salen los resultados. En cuanto a el jurado, pues hoy tenemos un jurado muy especial que está compuesto por personas especialistas, en este caso en el idioma inglés. Son personas que están seleccionadas de tal forma que no exista conflicto de interés. Recuerden que haber sido docente de alguna de las personas participantes no quiere decir que haya un conflicto de interés, solo que no se pueda hacer una evaluación objetiva. Y tendremos a 5 jueces. Les recuerdo un poquito las reglas. Vamos a tener acá un cronómetro todo el tiempo porque pues lo más importante es justamente no pasarse de esos 3 minutos. El cronómetro inicia a partir de la primera palabra de nuestra persona participante y si llegan a los 30 segundos va a cambiar de color a color rojizo. Eso quiere decir que quedan 30 buenos segundos, pero si llegan a pasarse del 0, vemos ya los números negativos y la persona quedaría descalificada. Recordamos que aunque estamos a distancia, no se puede leer y solo nos auxiliamos de una diapositiva estática, sin medios electrónicos, sin accesorios adicionales. La evaluación, en este caso, considera los mismos 5 rubros que contemplábamos en español. Si la presentación proporcionó antecedentes claros y mencionó la importancia de la investigación, si describió conceptos, ideas claves y personas relevantes, si describió claramente conclusiones, resultados e impacto, si el discurso fue claro y el lenguaje apropiado, si la diapositiva estaba bien definida y apoyaba al discurso, y si la persona transmitió entusiasmo por la investigación. Pero, adicionalmente, como estamos en inglés, se suman 2 rubros. Si la construcción gramatical fue justamente coherente, ¿está bien en la siguiente? Si la construcción gramatical fue coherente y si la claridad del discurso de la presentación en inglés fue adecuada. Algo muy importante para nuestro jurado es que no estamos calificando pronunciación. Eso es algo que no nos interesa acá. Nos interesa un poco más la claridad y la construcción. Y les recuerdo que la persona que gane ya en la final, estos son apenas los cuartos, se llevará 15,000 pesos. ¿Qué no se evalúa? Bueno, pues justamente no se evalúa la pertinencia, importancia, estatus o calidad de la investigación. Recuerden que hay personas de licenciatura y posgrado que pueden estar desarrollando su investigación, por lo que quizá no haya resultados contundentes. Y el jurado no tiene permitido hacer preguntas. Aquí están los premios, les recordamos ya de las otras eliminatorias, el lunes salen los resultados para quién pasa a la semifinal y tenemos ahí pues un primer lugar de 28,000, un segundo lugar de 7,000. En las semifinales empezamos con el premio del público con 8,000 pesos y este premio en inglés de 15,000 pesos. Y bueno, pues ahora sí quiero presentarles al jurado que pues nos va a estar acompañando por ahí a la distancia. Tenemos a la maestra Aleida Rueda del Centro de Ciencias de la Complejidad de la UNAM. También a la maestra Gema A. Ibarra Regalado de la Federación de Colegios y Asociaciones de Médicos Veterinarios y Zootecnistas de México. Al maestro Daniel Rochalay de la US Embassy, a la maestra Itzel Martínez Rodríguez de Quibernus AC y a la maestra Vanessa Loredo Pérez de la Escuela Nacional de Conservación, Restauración y Museografía de ELINA. A todas estas personas, muchísimas gracias por su tiempo, por su dedicación y pues este esfuerzo tan grande que tienen para evaluar a las personas que el día de hoy estarán participando, porque pues les recuerdo que en inglés tenemos a tantas personas que se dividió en 4. Ya tuvimos hace rato la primera y vamos ahorita con la segunda. Y justamente para empezar, pues voy a hacer el switch a inglés y les voy a presentar a la persona que nos va a arrancar con esta competencia. So I'm going to switch to English because we are going to be into the English competition of my 3-minute thesis. And I'm going to introduce our first contestant. She is Stephanie Paola Rivero Marquez, who is studying biomedical psychology. How are you doing, Stephanie, Paola? Welcome now to this English edition.
Hi, I'm doing well. Thank you. How are you?
Good.
Yes.
Really excited to hear from your work. Okay, Stephanie, so if you are ready, I'm gonna leave you with your slide and then you can start at any moment. Okay?
Thank you.
Remember that you have your stopwatch down there. Mm-hmm. So good luck. See you in 3 minutes.
Thank you. Imagine you're driving when all of a sudden you realize that the road is blocked and you don't seem to find an alternative road. This is similar to what cocaine does on the brain. It physically changes it, creating addiction, but also affecting mental processes called cognitive functions, such as planning or cognitive flexibility, which is our capacity to adapt. This is how people who used to organize their daily lives easily start getting trapped into rigid patterns. This is not only a consequence of the drug itself, but also contributes to the maintenance of consumption, creating a more difficult recovery. But what if we could restore these brain pathways? Hi, I'm Stephanie, and this is the question that led to my thesis. Magnetic stimulation had been previously used to treat cocaine craving. It uses magnetic waves to modulate the brain, and it's usually performed on the prefrontal cortex, which is a crucial area for cognitive functions, such as planning or cognitive flexibility. But little do we know about its effects on them. So, in collaboration with the National Institute of Psychiatry, we performed this intervention on 2 groups of people who use cocaine. The first one received a real intervention while the second received the placebo intervention. Both of them solved planning and cognitive flexibility tasks before and after an intervention that lasted 2 weeks. In the end, we realized that the impairment observed on these tasks at the beginning doesn't seem to get either better or worse after the intervention. But something interesting is that both of them seem to be solving the planning tasks faster. This could be explained by a placebo effect or a task repetition learning effect, but it could also be related to a stimulation effect on the brain pathways related to attention or information processing speed. This leaves more questions for us to answer in the future, like what if we could explore more different cognitive functions, or what if we could give more sessions of this intervention or combine it with cognitive therapy, because treating addictions is not only decreasing consumption but also about giving patients an integral recovery. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Stephanie. Well, you are not the first one in all the English contests, but you are the first one in this second round. So, how did you felt?
A little bit nervous, but I think I said what I wanted to say.
What was hardest, like to do it in English, in Spanish, online, in person?
Mm, trying to find the words to explain the same that I wanted to say in Spanish.
Exactly. I think that's the hardest part because our brain is thinking at the same time, like, am I saying it right? Which word should I use?
Mhm.
But don't worry, this is a good practice. Stephanie, do you want to say thank you to anyone who came here to support you or to the people from Lerma who might be watching you afterwards?
I want to say thank you to my friends and also the people that was in the laboratory with me. They were really nice to me on all of this process of the thesis.
Well, thank you so much, Stephanie. And remember that on Monday, we are going to be posting the results of the Spanish competitions.
Okay, thank you.
So, thank you so much. And hopefully, see you on the next round. Well, now I'm going to introduce you to our next contestant. He is Diego Baruch Roque Basurto, who is studying psychology. Welcome, Diego. How are you doing?
Hey, I'm very happy to be here.
Are you ready now to be
Yes,
presenting in English?
yes.
Okay, so let's go. I'm gonna put your slide and then you can start at any moment. Good luck, Diego.
Thank you. A few years ago, I got really into muscle growth and weight training, so I've been studying and working out ever since. I don't know if you can tell by looking at me, you can be the judge of that, but there's exactly what is this research about. A friend and I interviewed two male and two female bodybuilders, trying to explore their experience with this discipline and everything that goes on behind. The stuff that you don't see from a distance. To do this, we went to a local gym on the south side of the city. We trained with them for a week. They set up workout routines with us and stuck with us through every set and rep. Even though I've been training for years, I experienced something there that I never had before. Training as a team and the strictness of the discipline. They always train together, pushing each other, and that's why they manage to stay consistent, get stronger, and be more competitive, but all while collaborating. All the people we interviewed say that at first, every bit of progress they made with their bodies feel great, but it also came with a sense of dissatisfaction and emptiness. Each of them found their own way to deal with that until they reached some kind of balance. For example, they took a break from a competition for a while or stopped pushing themselves quite as hard. One of the women described a clear contradiction. Before this discipline, her body was weak, but afterward she pushed herself so hard that she no longer had the strength or energy to get through the daily life. There are several costs bodybuilders are willing to accept in order to build a muscular body. The physical and emotional consequences of using anabolic steroids, social isolation, less free time, injuries, and money. But there are also benefits: better self esteem, confidence to handle everyday problems, a sense of control and purpose. We found that bodybuilders sometimes see themselves as machines rather than bodies, something to improve, operate, push, control, and limit. What drives bodybuilders to make such extreme sacrifices is the idea of becoming a better version of themselves. Before getting into bodybuilding, they felt bodies weren't good enough, big enough, defined enough, or just not right. They told us the goal is endless muscle growth. There's no clear point where they want to stop. From what we gathered, this might be because they resist losing their identity in the face of a culture they find threatening. Gaining size then becomes a way to take space and be seen with an enormous body. For them, bodybuilding is their way of being in the world. How they look and how they look at. It's a practice life intensely, full of contradictions and transformation.
Well done, Diego. Just getting to the 0 seconds.
Yeah.
But you stop at the right moment. So how did you feel, Diego?
Um, it's, it- it's difficult, but I like it.
Do you think it's hardest? Was it hardest than in Spanish?
Yeah, yeah. In a language that is not my primary language, it's difficult.
But it's a good challenge. So I'm really glad that now we have many, many people actually trying in English. So thank you so much for taking that challenge and that opportunity, because this is something that you might be doing in the future. So thank you for taking this opportunity to talk about your work and your research. Diego, do you want to say thank you to anyone or to say hi to the people from Xochimilco or anything that you want to add to this table?
Yeah, I want to thank my advisors. They are so important to this research.
Well, hopefully your advisors are going to see you afterwards. Probably not everyone is able to come here right now at this time, but now it is recorded, so everyone can come back to see your presentation. So
I hope so.
thank you so much, Diego. Remember, on Monday we have the results. So good luck, and hopefully I'll see you on the next round.
Thank you.
Bye, Diego. Bueno, antes de presentarles a la siguiente persona, les recuerdo que nos pueden mandar sus saludos, decirnos a quién están viniendo a apoyar, de qué unidad nos acompañan, para que yo les pueda compartir todos esos saludos y felicitaciones a nuestras personas participantes. Pues hoy tenemos de todas las unidades y de distintas divisiones. And now I'm going to introduce our next contestant, Dira Patricia Barragán Torres, who is studying engineering biology. So welcome, Dira. How are you doing? Welcome back.
Thank you so much. I'm glad to be here. Thank you for the welcoming.
You are also the first one from Coajimalpa to show up in the contest. So welcome, Coajimalpa.
Yes, thank you.
Okay, so I'm going to put your slide and then you can start at any moment. Good luck.
Can you imagine that a small lab-modified bacteria could be the key to improve animal nutrition and, at the same time, save our lakes? Good evening, everyone. My name is Dira Patricia Barragan Torres, a biological engineer, and today I'm going to tell you how we're making that happen. Let me tell you about a paradox. The plant-based feed of certain farm animals is rich in phosphorus, a vital nutrient. But there is a big problem. As 75% of that phosphorus is locked away inside a complex called phytate. For the animal, that phosphorus is like its favorite food is inside a safe box it cannot open. Since it cannot crack the combination, The phosphorus simply passes right through its system and gets excreted. The result? An immense nutritional waste and serious environmental contamination that suffocates our bodies of water. The phosphorus is there, but it is completely inaccessible. My work was to manufacture the key to that safe box. In nature, there is a bacteria called Bacillus subtilis that carries the instruction manual for building a tool capable of breaking that lock. What I did was apply biological engineering techniques first to identify the FIC gene inside that bacteria. In other words, the instruction manual for making the key and transfer it into a more efficient and robust bacteria called Escherichia coli, so that E. coli could make that key in a large quantity. The key in real life is called phytase, and this key breaks the phytase lock and releases the phosphorus. Essentially, we turn a common bacteria into a biofactory of master keys. And what is the impact of this? Well, in three main fronts. The first one is the nutritional one. The animal can now open the safe, absorb the phosphorus, and grow healthier. Second, the environment. By absorbing the nutrient, the animal stops excreting it, drastically reducing water contamination and protecting our marine biodiversity, for example. And third one, scalability. As we use the robust bacteria as a factory, we can produce this solution at an industrial scale. Ultimately, my research demonstrates that sometimes all it takes is one gene and one bacteria to have two problems solved. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Dira. And again, welcome to Coajimalpa. If there's anyone here from Coajimalpa, let us know. So, how did you feel, Dira?
I felt very confident. Well, I was a little bit nervous, but right now, well, I just did it, so it's okay.
What do you think was hardest?
This round, they need to give the speech in like an online version. I think it is very most difficult. I don't know.
Yeah, well, some people is saying that it's the opposite, like in person, it's hardest.
Yeah.
And I
Well,
want to let you know that there's people here that came to support you. So we have, for example, Itandewi Ruiz, who is saying, Eres la mejor, Dira.
thank you.
And we also have a Patricia Torres Hernandez, who is saying, Vamos, Dira. And also, qué interesante tema. Felicidades.
Thank
So,
you.
Dira, what do you want to say to all these people that came to support you, to the people from Coajimalpa, and to anyone watching you afterwards in this competition?
Well, that they are all my family, and I am very grateful for their time and for their support in every aspect of my life. I love them.
Well, thank you so much, Dira. As I have said to everyone, good luck and check on the results on Monday. So, thank you so much, Dira.
Bye, Ariana. Thank you.
Goodbye. And thanks to everyone who is sending comments and cheering on the people because it's not easy to be here now presenting in English. So now we are going to be changing a little bit of topics, and I want to introduce you to Emilio Mesa Hernandez, who is studying technology and systems of information. Welcome, Emilio. How are you doing?
I am a little bit nervous, I'd say, but fine. Thank you. And you?
Good. I'm ready to hear from you and excited about this competition.
Okay, thank you.
Well, so if you are ready, we are going to put your slide and then you can start. Good luck, Emilio.
Thank you. Well, to give you a little bit of background about myself and context of my thesis, um, before studying my current degree, I I seriously thought about studying something about education. I really admire teachers, and I wanted to be one. But that's why when contacted my advisors, I told them that I would like to be doing a project around education. That's why my first thought, in looking at it from a student's perspective, I wanted to do a website where you can make dynamic um, dynamic activities to use in the classroom. But as I told my advisors that idea, they obviously told me that I need a justification. So I started investigating all the websites that there are currently about dynamic activities, and I finally realized that there are a lot of these dynamic activities websites. What then led me to view it from a different perspective that was a study in the UK revealed that teachers spend around 11 hours of overtime planning and grading classes. So maybe it's not that they need something like Kahoot, because Kahoot, at least, well, when you try to export the grades, you get a 11 pages spreadsheet of Excel when you only made a 10 questions activity. So what it is about my project is an integration course management app where you can have everything in the same time: attendance, activities in real time, and to actually grade your students. You can also export these activities in PDF files, or to download the activities in Excel. Thank you a lot. That would be everything.
Thank you so much, Emilio, taking advantage of every second.
Yes.
You left 3 seconds in the clock, but it was pretty good. How did you feel?
Well, I'd say nervous,
Yeah.
but it was a little bit better than the in person, because yes, maybe having an audience like to look, it's very challenging.
Ah, well, now you have both experiences.
Yes.
So that's better for you and for your formation, because as I'm telling in the contest, this is what you are gonna be doing probably like in the future. But I know that you are used like to computers, and probably you are more used to be like online. I want to tell you, Emilio, that you have someone here that came to cheer for you. So
Okay.
Cristina Gonzalez is
Okay.
saying mucho éxito, Milo, and then a happy face and flowers. So what do you want to say to Cristina, to anyone from Coajimalpa watching you today?
Well, a lot of well, thank you. Basically, it's my girlfriend, so I appreciate a lot the cheering. Yes,
Well, thank you so much, Emilio, and good luck. Check on the results on Monday.
thank you.
Goodbye. I know that people here is waiting for Gilberto. Gilberto is not the next one, but is the next one after this. Okay, so wait a few minutes. I will introduce to Germán Gustavo Garcia Camacho, who is studying science and engineering of materials. Hello, Germán. How are you doing
Hello.
this afternoon?
Fine, thank you. And you?
Good, pretty good. Are
Amazing.
you ready?
Just a kind of nervous, but everything's okay.
This is a new challenge. You have already passed the last one, so don't worry, okay?
Okay,
I'm
perfect.
gonna put your slide and then you can start at any moment. Good
Okay,
luck,
perfect.
Herman.
Thank you very much. Hello. Do you know in Mexico we don't drink water straight from the tap? If the water looks dirty, we simply don't drink it. But the real problem is when the water looks perfectly clean and still carries more than it should. Because in drinking water, the true challenge is not what we can see, it's what is dissolving it. And that is where exactly my research began. Hello, my name is Germán Gustavo García Camacho. I'm a master's student in material science and engineering at UAM Azcapotzalco. My work focus of removing sulfates from water, but now you might be wonder why sulfates? Well, sulfates can enter from many sources in mineral activity, volcanic emission, or the natural dissolution of materials in the ground. In the small amounts, they are harmless, but when the sulfate concentration rises above the safe limits, they can cause gastrointestinal problems and accelerate the corrosion pipes in water distribution systems. So the challenge is not the sulfates exist in the water. The challenge is to get this concentration to the safe drinking water. So I asked myself, we can create a material with is efficient in removing sulfates and also sustainable at the same time? To answer that, I designed a bioabsorbent from two natural biopolymers, chitosan and alginate. These materials are available, abundant, and we can find them in natural waste stream. But I didn't stop this. I didn't stop there. I incorporated Cooper in the material structure to enhance its interaction with sulfate ion because sulfates carry a negative electrical charge. When I modified with Cooper, I created a positively charged sites on its surface. When I use this bioturbine, sulfates ions are attracted into the superface. This process is called absorption. The sulfates stick to the surface and the water come out is cleaner. So why does this matter? Because we need solutions that are not only effective. My experiments removing sulfates show up a 99% of sulfate removal. So these bioturbines combine two principal characteristics: is efficient and reviewable, and show a real potential application in sustainable water treatment systems for guaranteed cleaner water for everyone. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Herman. I'm here.
Yeah, what happened?
I was gone for a few seconds, but I'm right here. So, how did you feel?
Relax now.
Now, yeah, exactly. Now you can relax, you can chill, you can just wait on on Monday for the results. And
Perfect.
what do you want to say to the people from Azcapotzalco who came here to support you, who is going to watch you afterwards, or who is also interested in these topics of clean water?
Well, I would like to send greetings to my um, lab partners, to my lab buddies, and to and for the people who support me and all the people who participate in this project, just to finish this research.
And Germán, well, you have now some cheerleaders here. For example, Barajas is saying, la verdad venía por Gil, pero me interesó, pero genuinamente me interesó la tesis de Germán. Guau, bien hecho.
Excellent.
Karen Chambers is also saying, por dos, buen tema, Germán. So now you have, and then also Germán Hill. So now you have some new cheerleaders for you.
Perfect.
So thank you so much, Germán, and
Thank
wish
you
you
very
the
much.
best luck. Hopefully, I'll
Thank
see
you.
you in the next round.
I hope so. See you.
Bye.
Bye.
And well, now the people who everyone is waiting here, he didn't lie. He was supposed to be here at 5, but because of the introduction, we are delayed 5 minutes. So we are more or less on time. So Gilberto, welcome to this stage.
Hey, hello.
I can see that you told everyone to come here this
Yes, to my
evening.
friends and some family also.
Well, they are waiting for you, so let's don't make them wait any longer.
Yeah,
If you are ready, I'm gonna put your slide and then you can start at
yeah,
any
please.
moment. Good luck, Gilberto.
Imagine to find a blueprint of a revolutionary engine from the 40s, from the 1940s. But at that time, they don't have the technology to build it. So that happens to me with an equation. My name is Gilbert, and I rescue a forgotten mathematical model. So this was for the economy. And this model described the economy with 3 simple rules that relate the price, the customers, and the production over the time. The original author introduces a mathematical term by intuition. And my first contribution was to prove that this term represents the fear of the customers against the change of the price. And to study this model, I focus on the fixed points. The fixed points are those values for price, consumers, and production over the time that don't change. So with this, I look for the behavior of all the model around these fixed points. And I look for where the economy is stable, that it means that we're going to get into these fixed points, and where it's unstable, that we're going to get away from these points. So with this, I find that with only 2 key factors, I can describe all the behavior of this model. And with that, I start to create a compass with this information to look for stability and instability. So I create my own computational tools to simulate where the economy is stable on this model. So between the stability and instability, I find an infinite combination of these 2 key factors that create something different. So with my computational tools, I find out that for a specific value of price, consumers, and production, when I apply my rules 3 times, I get back into the original values. And this is called period 3. And in math, there is an important result that says that period 3 implies chaos. So what we have in the middle, it is chaos. And this was proven until 1975, 35 years later than we have the model from the 40s. So with this, I can conclude that the economy, its unpredictability came from the rules. And the chaos is a mathematical consequence for understanding how does this model works. So we find out that all this unpredictability from the economy, it is only a consequence of math of this model. Thank you so much for listening.
Thank you so much, Gilberto, or as you even say, Gilbert,
Yes.
because you
Yes,
even translate your name to English.
That sounds a little bit better with all the English.
So now your family and friends can tell you Gilbert.
Gilbert, yeah, maybe.
Well, let's see, we have many, many comments, so let's see who is here.
Yes.
Let's see, apoyando a Gilberto Padilla desde Guadalajara de parte de Adam y Carelli.
Thank you.
This is something from the online. Todos lo están haciendo increíble. Gil. Gil from Warrant D6. ¿A qué hora pasa? They were expecting for you.
I'm right now.
Yeah, you have already been here. Gil says no.
Thank you for everyone to listen.
Barajas, Gil as well. And then we have like a picture of a lab coat.
Yeah, I can see it.
Ya pasan a Gil.
Everyone's just waiting for me. I can see
Exactly.
it now.
Ana Karen, he's saying, Gil, tú puedes.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, we have a key. We have more. We have Germán, Gil. And then we have one from Guarredo. And I want to know if that's true, because probably you're going to be in trouble. He's
Oh no.
saying, a mí me dijo que me daría dinero si me conectaba.
I didn't say anything about that. I'm pretty sure about that.
Now I understand why everyone is here.
I'm paying. I'm studying economy, so I'm paying everyone with what I learned.
Okay, so what do you want to say to all these people, Gilberto?
I would like to thanks to everyone that could connect and with me and listen to my thesis in 3 minutes. So it is something important, and I was nervous, and I imagined them here in front of me. So thank you so much for being
And
here.
that worked?
Yeah, no, I was more nervous with that.
Well, thank you so much, Gilberto. Thank you so much to everyone who came to support you. Wait until the other contestants so you can see how the competition is going on. So,
Yeah,
Gilberto, check on Monday for the results and good luck. Hopefully, see you soon.
yeah. Thank you so much.
Bye,
Listen,
Gilberto.
bye.
Well, we are arriving to the middle of our contest, so I'm going to introduce our next contestant. He is Jacob Isaías Bañuelos Trejo.
Hi,
Hello, Jacob. How are you doing?
I'm doing great.
He's studying he studied biology.
I
Are
did.
you ready to talk about your thesis?
Yes, I'm ready.
Okay, so I'm gonna put your slide and then you can start. Good luck,
Awesome.
Jacob.
Great. Good. A few years ago, I got acne in my face, so I visited my dermatologist, and he asked me, by any chance, are you taking vitamins? At the moment, I was. And he replied, did you know that bacteria really, really love vitamins? That's why you got acne on your face. Fortunately, the acne didn't left any mark on my face, but that comment did. Because at the time I was working with plants that live with fungi and bacteria that help the plant growth, meaning they live in symbiosis. And I wonder, perhaps if I put these vitamins into my plants, the fungi and the bacteria will grow better, meaning that the plant will also grow better. Well, as a scientist, I could answer this question. So I went to the lab and I used common bean with this beneficial fungi called mycorrhiza, and with this bacteria that produces nitrogen, which is the food of the plant. And I decided to add two vitamins, vitamin B2 and vitamin B9. The results? Well, it was amazing because the plants grew a lot. They were so big. Also, the roots of my plants were filled with this fungi, and the bacteria was producing a lot of this nitrogen for the plant. Besides, the amount of this vitamin determined which fungi I was seeing on the roots, either brown or red, and how much nitrogen was being produced by these bacteria. It was amazing because this was the first time that someone ever studied that. And imagine the plants were like asking for these nutrients, phosphorus, nitrogen, and the vitamins were acting like some sort of translators that deliver the message right to the fungi and the bacteria. What does this mean to agriculture? Well, better plants, better crops, less agrochemicals, and soils filled with these beneficial organisms that helps the plant grow. Now, I imagine that the next time that you go to the shop, you will look these boxes of vitamins, and perhaps you would like to use it on your plants to make them grow better, and perhaps they will. But now, seriously, sometimes the problems in agriculture can be solved by simple things just like remembering to take your vitamins in the morning. Well, my name is Jacob, and thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Jacob. And also, you have a really English name.
Oh, thank you.
Is there anyone English from your family?
No, I don't think so. But my father lived in the United States several years, so maybe I got that from him.
And I remember, were you the one who asked me if it was possible to just be presenting in English and not in Spanish?
I don't remember, but perhaps I was. Yeah.
Probably. I remember that someone told me it's easier for me to be speaking in English. So probably it was you.
Yeah,
So
probably it was
how
me.
did you feel, Jacob?
Actually, now that you mention, I actually feel more comfortable saying everything in English than in Spanish. I don't know why. Perhaps because the literature and everything is in English.
Exactly. That's what I remembered.
Yeah,
And yeah, probably it's because you're used to be reading in English and everything.
yeah, you're
But
right.
yeah. And Jacob, what do you want to say to the people from Iztapalapa who is watching you, or to someone who is uncertain if take part in this competition in English or not?
Well, this is actually a great experience because it pushes you to not only, it's not simplifying, it's to find a way to digest the complex information and to present it to everyday people. And I'm not saying like everyday people like they don't understand. It's like to make it more attractive, to make it more impressive, to make it more elegant, in a way more sexy. And I think it's a great contest. There's also something also similar called elevator pitch, where you have to do something like that, but in 1 minute. So it's kind of like that. So more people should
Exactly.
join these kind of competitions.
Exactly. That's actually like the origin of the contest,
Yeah.
the elevator pitch. So thank you so much, Jacob. Also, wait on Monday for Spanish results and afterwards for the English ones. So
Hopefully.
good luck.
Thank
And
you very
hopefully
much.
see you soon.
Bye.
Bye, Jacob. Enjoy the evening. Okay, so now I'm going to introduce you to our next contestant, Jean Arguello Camarillo from Molecular Biology.
Hi,
Welcome, Jean. How are you doing?
I'm fine. How you doing? It's nice to see you again.
Yeah, I know. Now online. Now
Yeah,
I
no,
think I
like,
prefer in person because it's cool to see you like more than just a little box. But
yeah, on the
it's good to
screen.
have both chances.
But it's a nice chance to present now in another language, so I'm ready.
Okay, so let's go. I'm gonna leave you with your slide, and
Thank
then
you.
you can start at any moment. Good luck.
Thank you. Hi, my name is John, and I'm here to present you when skin ages, healing is slow. Have you ever noticed that when we're young, a small cut heals quickly, but as we get older, it takes so much longer to heal that injury? Well, imagine that healing a wound is like fixing a broken wall. You need a team to that is formed for some workers to bring materials, others move things into the places, and others just make sure everything becomes strong again. Well, our skin works in a very similar way. Inside our skin, there are cells that act like they are a repair team. They help to rebuild the tissue and close the wound. But here is one little problem. As we age, this process becomes slower and slower and less effective. So, my research asks a simple question: what happens to the repair teams as skin ages? Well, to answer this, I compared young and older mice skin during a healing and looking what different cells were doing. That's why the mice are on my slide. What I found is that there isn't just one team in this process. There are several, and each one has a specific role. Some of them help rebuild the structure of the skin, others move across the wound to help to close it, and others just organize everything, and the tissue recovers its strength. So now in young skin, these teams work together in balance. But in the older mice or older skins, that balance is completely lost. Some teams become weaker, and others are simply not there anymore. So the repair process slows down. And basically, in other words, the team is no longer complete. Well, when the team is incomplete, healing doesn't work well. So why this investigation matters so much? Because if we understand what is changing inside the teams, we can begin to think about how to restore the balance. In the future, this could help wound heal faster in older people, improve recovery, and reducing complications like infections. But because when we don't understand how cellular team works and how aging disturbs this balance, we can get closer to help the skin to heal better. Thank you. I'm Jan Arguello from UAM Coajimalpa.
Thank you so much, Jan. And then I think this time you mentioned the mouses.
Yeah, you remember. You remember.
Yeah, I remember it. It's like it's nice to hear the projects like in English and in Spanish because you keep learning and also you
Yeah,
notice like the differences. So it's also good. How did you feel?
a little nervous, but everything is okay now. I got a better chance to get more practice, so I'm better this time.
Exactly, exactly. That's the point. And that's also why English is like the last one because you can prepare for Spanish and then you can have a few weeks to prepare. Well, you had less because you were from Coajimalpa. But the people from, for example, from Azcapotzalco had like a month to prepare.
Yeah,
So Jean, what do you want to say to the people from Coajimalpa, from the to the people who is watching you or supporting you?
that it's good to try this contest. It makes you feel like reconnected to the work that maybe you end like well, that's my case. I end this investigation like 4 months ago, so getting in touch with the subject again is pretty good, and now making it in a different language is it's fine because you understand little things by searching how you say, for example, fibroblast. Well, it sounds similar now, but it gets used for some different places that you can just stay in one language.
Exactly. And you even have the chance like to look at your own research as an outsider, like to
Yeah,
take a moment to like, what do I want to say? How do I want to say it? What is really important? So it's actually pretty good. So
yeah.
thank you for the advice. And well, keep an eye on the results on Monday.
Thank you so much. Have a nice day.
Bye.
Bye.
Well, we are approaching to the end, but first of all, we still have a few contestants. So I want to introduce you to Jennifer Torres Reyes, who is studying law. So welcome, Jennifer. Welcome to the stage. Is Jennifer there? I'm not seeing Jennifer. I'm not seeing Jennifer, but Jennifer was before on the trials. So, okay, let me see what's happening with Jennifer, but I will introduce our next contestant, and then we are going to see what happened to Jennifer because she did show up. So, I'm going to introduce you to Jessica Angélica Batis del Castillo Quintero, who is studying, I think so, it's philology.
Yes, philology.
Philology. Okay. So, how are you doing, Jessica? Welcome back.
Thank you. Nervous again. Very nervous.
Well, you're going to be great. Now it's a different experience.
Yes. At least I'm sitting down.
Exactly. You can hold to the chair. Okay, so I'm gonna put your slide and then you can start at any moment. And also, before I want to let everyone know that everyone who already presented, you can left or you can leave the stage. So don't worry. You don't have to wait until the end. Okay, Jessica, I'm going to add your slide and then you can start. Good luck.
Okay. Technology is not only smartphones, robots, or AI. It is any human-made tool that expands our natural abilities. That is an expansion of the body itself. Take, for example, a broom that can expand the reach of our arms, or a hammer that can multiply the strength of our hands. But technology not only modifies what we can do, but how we experience the world. For example, imagine the space of the universe before the invention of the telescope, or time, which was once cyclical in the pre-modern world, and after the invention of the clock was made fragmented, productive, and measurable. Furthermore, even with the invention of the internet, we perceive it as fragmented. Therefore, our mental categories are reshaped with the use of technology. I'm Jessica Batis, and in this sense, I aim to explore how poetry of the 16th and 17th century works as a kind of technology to create a new kind of subject in early modern Spain. And I'm referring to a specific period following a key historical event, the year 1492, with the so-called discovery of the Americas and the final expulsion of the Muslim world from the Iberian Peninsula. So, as you can imagine, these events deeply transformed how people understood themselves and the world they lived in. At the center of my research lies the sonnet, a poem of 14 lines. Rather than telling a story, it constructs ideas and emotions through a subjective voice, a speaking I that positions itself in relation to the world. Thus, the sonnet becomes a tool through which poets shape and transmit this new kind of subjectivity, first among other poets and writers, then into courts, which is the political space, and religious spaces, and eventually into a broader cultural consciousness. By studying these poems, we can understand how meaning is created through language, through the combination of words, sounds, and structures, and how poets reshape images from the natural, mineral, astronomic, and human domains to make sense of a new reality. And this matters especially because the long process of shaping the Hispanic world, of which we are still a part of, truly begins. Thank you.
Yeah, did you finish, Jessica?
Sí, dije
Yeah.
thank you.
Yeah. Well, how did you feel?
I'm very nervous.
Now you can breathe.
Yes, thank you.
Everything is over now. What
Thank you.
was hardest? Like online, in person, English, Spanish?
I think that the in person was the hardest because it was the first experience and there was lots of people, but still it's it's the same, very stressful.
Yeah, we had a good crowd in Iztapalapa, so it was really good. But it's nice to hear again from you. So what do you want to say actually to the people from Iztapalapa who is watching you, who
Oh,
came to support you?
um thank you. Thank you to my friends and family, and thank you to WAM for the experience because it's very satisfying to try to communicate our research, which sometimes it's unintelligible between our friends, and this makes us actually think of our audience and try to make ideas, thinking in the people who are hearing us. And I think that's important for research.
Exactly, because as you are saying, sometimes science by itself, it's like a different language. So for someone who is not an expert, it's like, what are you saying? What's the meaning of that, even if it's in Spanish? So yeah, you have done both activities to translate your work first from like scientific and humanistic terms to Spanish and now to English. So well done. And well, keep an eye on the results on Monday.
We're gonna get them in our mail, or we have to search
Yeah,
them?
well, they are going to be posted online on our webpage, on social
Oh,
media. But yes, I'm also going to send an email with the link.
thank you. Thank you very much.
So, good
Bye. So
luck.
I just get out
Bye.
of here, right?
Yeah. And now I think we have back Jennifer. Jennifer, we lost you.
Ay, perdón, pensé que sí había avanzado y después me di cuenta que no.
Okay, no te preocupes. Don't worry. You are here now. So, are you ready to present?
Yes.
Okay. So, I'm gonna add your slide and then you can start at any moment.
Okay,
Good luck, Jennifer. See you in 3 minutes.
thanks. Did you know that a screw can destroy a satellite? Currently, there are more than 12,000 space objects in orbit providing us with services such as internet or telephony. And alongside those devices, there are also millions of fragments of space debris. Together, they add up to more than 10,800 tons. This includes out of service satellites, rocket parts, screws, collision fragments, and even particles smaller than a millimeter. These objects are prone to colliding with others because of their size and speed. Space debris travels faster than a bullet, and some pieces are larger than a bus. A single collision produces thousands of debris that in turn produce more collisions and more debris, creating the risk of disabling active satellites, striking rockets with astronauts on board, and saturating the orbits to the point that in less than 10 years it could become impossible to carry out new launches. Space debris threatens all space, including Earth. But this wasn't considered when the treaties and conventions on the matter were discussed. Moreover, the rules that regulate liability for damage caused by space objects designate a state as the only responsible actors, even when not all countries carry out these kinds of activities. The reason is these instruments were created at a time when only state agencies conducted operations in space. However, today, private companies uh, carry out most space activity, more than 90%. That makes the sustainability of space does not depend on people like us. It doesn't depend on you or on me. Therefore, it's necessary to establish a binding regulatory framework that guarantees the remediation of space debris, incorporating a principle of shared responsibility so that governments and companies assume the obligation in an equitable and proportional way to prevent, mitigate, and remediate the space pollution generated by their activities. An obligation that, until now, they have failed to fulfill. The challenge is not only technological, it is legal, and it's happening now. Thanks.
Thank you so much, Jennifer. How did you feel?
Uf. Mm, creo que no tan bien como esperaba, pero igual emocionada.
It's a good chance to practice. And also, you have people that came here to support you from like really far away, like Carolina Orrengo, who is saying, Saludos desde Chile a Jen. And she's also saying, Eso, Jen. So it's pretty good. That's something we like about our online contest, that you can be watching us from anywhere in the world. So Jennifer, what do you want to say to Catalina, to people from Chile, from Mexico, from even outer space?
Ay, pues que muchas gracias por el apoyo. Creo que justo siempre es pues necesario, ¿no? Al final el saber que tienes a personas siguiéndote en lo que haces, que les gusta lo que haces y pues que te apoyan al final.
Well, thank you so much, Jennifer. Thank you for those words. Thank you for the people who came here to support you. And well, keep an eye on the results on Monday.
Okay.
See you pretty soon. Goodbye, Jennifer.
Bye.
Well, we are approaching to the end, so I want to introduce you to our next contestant, Jessica Martinez Herrera, who is coming from Azcapotzalco. She's studying CIAD. Hello,
Hi.
Jessica. How are
Hi,
you doing?
everyone.
Ready?
Yes, sorry. I think it's my red because I am in Lerma.
Ah, in Lerma. Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
It's about only a conference. It's not for study, but I'm here.
Don't worry, don't worry. Okay, so I'm gonna leave you with your slide. And
Okay.
then you can start at any moment. Good luck.
Okay. Sorry. First time. I am in my phone and I don't know. Sorry. Did you know that at this time, one of the most read love story by Mexican woman between 18 and 23 years old is not about a boy and a girl, nor does it take place in Mexico. It's called Jinx, a South Korean webcomic of the boys' love genre. It's narrated a toxic, violent, and erotic relationship between two men, but beneath plot, it conceals a sharp dissection of our social structures. Hello, my name is Jessica, and my research uses that this comic as a lens to understand the unconscious image of the body, a concept that shapes who we perceive who we are and how we inhabit our skin. And through interviews in which women explain their family, social, and conception context, I sought to understand what the project onto the narrative, and this allowed me to identify the fantasies of revenge that are generated by their hatred towards the aggressive character in Jinx, as they identify with a submissive character and attribute to her traits associated with femininity. And furthermore, it's most important, the story shows measurement of the body with which they identify, and as they maintain daily routines where they mistreat their own bodies. In conclusion, understanding why they read this is comprehending how family identify is construction in Mexico today, and this that is a first step to understand their pain. Thank you.
Okay, I think you end up at 0.
Yeah, sorry. Uh,
Yes,
I don't see the
the
time
stopwatch.
because I construction for the camera
Yeah, for
in
the
my
cell
cell phone.
phones.
Yeah,
Yeah,
sorry.
don't worry, don't worry. We understand that you are in Lerma and things might be a little bit more difficult over there, but
Yeah.
don't worry, you had a good you had a good presentation. We could understood everything. So don't worry.
Okay.
How did you
I
feel?
don't know if
Yeah.
I close in the time or not.
I think yes, because it was like
Okay.
0 0 when you say when you stop,
Thanks.
and then
Okay.
it switched to -1, but you were not
Okay. Okay.
speaking at the moment. So I think yes. But that will be
Okay.
the jury to consider. But don't worry.
Okay. Thank you.
How did you feel, Jessica?
Very well. I I feel my research is very important in this moment, and I feel in this moment very happy because in my conference, people say it's a good theme for different problem with the young people in this moment, and I think it's
It's
nice.
good. It's good that you are having the chance to speak also in a congress about your topic, because after speaking in 3 minutes, then it's easier to talk a little bit longer.
Yeah, the
So
congress is
well,
at
well
20
done.
minutes. Yeah,
And
it's
what do you want
different.
to say to the people who came here to support you from Lerma and Azcapotzalco?
um, I really happy because this space in the PhD in UAM Azcapotzalco is very comfortable for me because it's a space with the mean complex social problems and all the people we interesting for a solution or explain this problem for all the kind people. And I very agreed with my teacher, my accessory,
Yeah, your
and
advisor?
my family and friend for the
Well,
support.
well done. And they will be able to watch you afterwards, because now this was recorded and it's going to be there in Facebook and YouTube. So thank you so
Okay,
much, Jessica. Keep an eye on the results on Monday, and hopefully I'll see you on the next round.
thank you. Bye.
Goodbye. Go safe home. Well, I want to let the jury know that our next contestant, Joanna Castel Melo, didn't show up for the contest, so she's no longer taking part in the English competition. So, Joanna Castel Melo from Environmental Biology is no longer in the competition, as well as our last contestant, Josue Hernandez Martinez. As well, he didn't show up for the tryouts, so he's no longer in the contest. So please, for our jury to take that into account. And with that, we end up this second contest of the English competition of my 3-minute thesis. Thank you everyone who came to support all of our contestants. Remember that we still have 2 more to go, so we are going to be looking us again on Tuesday. So Tuesday, half 2, we have the third block, and then half 4, we have the fourth and final block. And remember that on Monday, we are going to be posting the Spanish results, so you will know who made it to the semifinals. Muchas gracias a todas las personas que nos estuvieron acompañando y siguiendo. Recuerden que el lunes tendremos los resultados en español y el martes, nos vemos para las eliminatorias de inglés, bloque 3 y bloque 4. Muchas gracias al equipo y nos vemos muy pronto.